Do you find yourself struggling in a job interview? I mean, you've landed interviews, you got there, you were excited about getting the opportunity, but you went to the interview, you thought you performed well, but it just didn't work out. If that's the case, stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you are not interviewing well and some keys to overcoming those things. So let's jump right into number one. Number one is you are experimenting on the money, guys. You are experimenting on the money. Let me explain. Let me explain. One of the things that I learned as an athlete is that practice makes permanent, right? So when I was playing basketball, running track, I performed at a high level in practice. So when I got to the game, my mindset didn't have to shift. Like my mind and my body were ready to make that transition, right? The challenge is most people show up to job interviews for the first time speaking about what they're supposed to be interviewing for. And it just doesn't make sense, guys. And this is actually caused by number two, which is you don't know your skill set or you don't have skills to begin with. And so, like, I'm not saying that to be negative, I'm just being realistic, right? Because companies hire you because they want to leverage the skills that you have to solve a legitimate business problem that they have. But here's the thing, if you are unaware of your skills, then how can you communicate them to somebody else that gives them confidence that you can do the job? Because here's one thing that you have to understand about job interviews and sales, they are one and the same. And it is this: confidence sells. And if confidence sells, that means the lack of confidence detracts, it deters, right? So if I'm interviewing you for a job about maybe a cybersecurity role, and I want you to tell me about yourself and your experience, and you struggle and fumble over your words, explaining who you are and what you do, then that doesn't give me the confidence that you are going to be able to execute this job well that I'm going to put you in front of, right? This is very important, guys. This is why I wholeheartedly believe in community, especially mentorship, to be able to communicate with others and speak about what it is that you do and have a sounding board, right? Think about this let's say that you are a parent or you have a hobby that you've been doing for years and somebody asks you to explain what it is that you do or explain, describe your child or whatnot, you would have no hesitation. It would just come right off of your mind, right? Because it is what you do, and your services that you provide as an employee should literally be the same thing. I believe in this concept that is called managing your career like a business, because it is, guys. You are a business. Your skills produce the income that provides the lifestyle for your family. And that job that you have, that employer is not your boss. They are just a client, right? They're just a client. When you have that perspective and you take on this mentality of I am a business, then it's going to change the way you show up to an interview. So if you have sales experience, like comment and drop a comment. Let me know if you have sales experience, if this makes sense, right? So if you are going to sell products to a company, present a service, you show up completely armed with the benefits of that service, how it's helped other people, what companies this has worked for or what people, and then you present that value. And it should literally be the same thing in the job interview. What you're doing is sharing how your previous experience as a service provider benefited the previous companies, how XYZ. This is how it benefited them. Because the idea is if you did that there, you can bring that same value, if not more, to this company, right? So moving on to number three, and this right here, what I believe is the most important part, guys. By the way, if you're still here right now, like this video, subscribe to the channel. All right, so number three, it's you show up to all interviews instead of qualifying the companies beforehand. So let me explain to this. Let me explain this. As a business owner, what companies do is they don't just go out and give their time to prospects that aren't in the position to necessarily buy their services or not a good fit for their services. What they usually do is they have them submit some type of application or some type of questionnaire to get an idea about their demographics, right? How much money does this business make? What are they looking to do? Can we even help them? Do they have funds to invest? Are they ready to move forward right now? These are things that businesses are considering when they are bringing products out, right? And you should be doing the very same thing. So there's this principle that I believe in. It is the principle of transparency. Transparency, meaning before I show up to a job interview, I should be able to ask, what is the budget for that position, right? You may not get the exact number, but if they give you a budget, let's say that they say, hey, we got this security analyst position and the budget is 80 to 105,000. All right. And your idea in your mind is your point that you want to get to is 90. Well, at least it's in the ballpark, right? It's in the ballpark. Now let's take that on the other hand. Let's say that they tell you that security analyst position is budget between 80 and 105, and your salary expectations are 120. So you can ask, hey, is there any way to bump that up to maybe 130? So I'm going over so they can meet me below, because when it comes to sales marketing, you can never go up on price, but you can always go down, right? And if they can, sweet, we can go interview. But if they don't, then you don't waste your time. One of the things that is so precious, guys, is time. And time is something that you never get back. Money replenishes. I can spend $1, I can make $1 back. But if I spend an hour interviewing for a position that's not a good fit for me and my family, my lifestyle, not just financially, then I have literally wasted an hour that I will never get back. And so when you start thinking about managing your career like a business, thinking of yourself as an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur, right? I'm running my company inside of another business's or organization, then it will completely change the way you manage your career. And you can show up to the interview powerfully, guys. I'm talking about in the position of power, not wanting or needing or showing a neediness of getting the job, but literally qualifying the company that's interviewing you to see if they are a good fit to work with you, because your skill set, your experience is guaranteed to get the job done. It's just, are they the right fit for you to work for, right? So guys, let me know in the comments, what is your biggest takeaway from this video? Have you been getting interviews that haven't gone your way lately? Let me know in the comments. Maybe I can give you some insight. As a matter of fact, what questions do you have about interview techniques? I'm here for you guys. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'm Boyd Clewis, the 6-figure tech career coach, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.